Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that can genuinely change your life. Thinking like the rich. And no, this isn't about buying expensive cars or fancy watches. It's about adopting a mindset, a specific way of looking at the world that leads to success and financial freedom. Plus, as we go through these powerful ideas, you'll also be improving your English fluency. We'll be using practical vocabulary and clear examples, so it's a win-win. Ready to change your mindset and change your life? Let's get started. So, what's the number one difference between how wealthy people think and how most other people think? It boils down to one word: assets. Rich people focus on acquiring assets, while the average person focuses on acquiring liabilities, often mistaking them for assets. Let's break that down. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. Think of things like stocks that pay dividends, a rental property that generates monthly income, or a business that earns a profit. A liability, on the other hand, is anything that takes money out of your pocket. This includes your car payment, your mortgage on the house you live in, credit card debt, and student loans. Here's a common trap. You get a pay raise at your job. What's the first thing most people do? They upgrade their lifestyle. Maybe they buy a more expensive car or a bigger house. They feel richer, but are they? Not really. Their income went up, but so did their expenses. They've just acquired bigger liabilities. The rich person, in the same situation, would take that extra money and buy an asset. Maybe they invest in more stocks or buy a small property to rent out. That new asset starts generating even more income for them. See the difference? It's a fundamental shift in priority. Instead of thinking, how can I spend this money? They think, how can I make this money work for me? This single change in perspective is the foundation of building long-term wealth. Let's move on to the second key mindset: how rich people view time. Most people trade their time directly for money. They work an hourly job or a salaried position. You work 40 hours, you get paid for 40 hours. If you want to earn more, you have to work more hours, get a promotion, or find a higher paying job. Your income is directly tied to the time you put in. This is called linear income. The problem is, there are only 24 hours in a day. Your earning potential is capped by time. Wealthy individuals, however, focus on decoupling their income from their time. They build systems that make money for them even when they aren't actively working. This is called passive or scalable income. Think about an author who writes a book. They do the work once, but the book can sell copies for years, earning them royalties 24/7. Or an entrepreneur who builds a successful business with a team of employees. The business generates profit, whether the owner is in the office or on vacation. They invest their time up front to create something that provides value long term. So, the question to ask yourself is this: am I just selling my time, or am I building something that can earn for me independently of my time? Start thinking about how you can create your own systems, even small ones, that generate income without your constant presence. The third crucial mindset is about risk and failure. How do you feel about taking risks? For many, the idea is terrifying. We're taught from a young age to play it safe, get a secure job, and avoid failure at all costs. Failure is seen as a final, negative outcome. The rich, however, see risk and failure very differently. They understand that risk is an essential part of growth. They don't avoid risk. They learn how to manage it. They do their research, calculate the potential rewards versus the potential losses, and make educated decisions. They know that not every investment or business idea will be a home run. More importantly, they view failure not as an end, but as a learning opportunity. When a venture doesn't work out, they don't just give up. They analyze what went wrong, extract the lessons, and apply that knowledge to their next attempt. Think of any successful entrepreneurs. They all have stories of failures, sometimes huge ones. But they didn't let those failures define them. They used them as stepping stones. This resilience is a superpower. So, instead of fearing failure, start seeing it as feedback. It's the world telling you what doesn't work, so you can get closer to what does. You can start small. Take a small, calculated risk in an area you're interested in. Maybe it's investing a small amount of money or starting a tiny side project. The goal isn't just to succeed, but to get comfortable with the process of trying. And yes, sometimes failing. Now, let's talk about the fourth mindset: continuous learning. How many people stop actively learning once they finish school? They get their degree, land a job, and that's it. Their education is complete. For the wealthy, education never stops. They are lifelong learners. They understand that the world is constantly changing, and to stay ahead, they need to keep growing their knowledge and skills. They read books voraciously, not just for entertainment, but for self-improvement. They've read biographies of successful people, books on finance, marketing, leadership, and psychology. They listen to podcasts, attend seminars, and hire mentors and coaches. They see their mind as their most valuable asset, and they invest in it relentlessly. This commitment to learning gives them a significant edge. It allows them to spot new opportunities, adapt to market changes, and make smarter decisions. You don't need a lot of money to start. The internet is a university in itself. There are countless free resources, YouTube channels like this one, articles, podcasts that can teach you almost anything. Dedicate just 30 minutes a day to learning something new related to your financial goals. Over a year, that's over 180 hours of education. Imagine the compound effect that knowledge will have on your life. The fifth and final mindset we'll cover today is about who you surround yourself with. There is a famous saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Think about your circle of friends. Do they talk about opportunities, growth, and new ideas? Or do they mostly complain about their jobs, their bosses, and their lack of money? Wealthy people are very intentional about their network. They actively seek out and surround themselves with positive, ambitious, and successful individuals. They build relationships with people who challenge them, inspire them, and hold them to a higher standard. This isn't about being snobbish or abandoning old friends. It's about understanding that your environment and conversations shape your mindset and your actions. If you're surrounded by negativity and limited thinking, it's incredibly difficult to maintain a positive, growth-oriented mindset yourself. On the other hand, if you're in a network where people are sharing success stories, collaborating on projects, and encouraging each other, that energy is contagious. It lifts you up. So, make an effort to connect with like-minded people. Join online communities, attend industry events, or find a mentor. Exposing yourself to people who are already where you want to be is one of the fastest ways to elevate your own thinking and results. So, let's quickly recap the 5 mindsets of the wealthy we discussed today. First, focus on acquiring assets, not liabilities. Make your money work for you. Second, stop trading your time for money. Build systems that create passive and scalable income. Third, embrace calculated risk and view failure as a valuable learning opportunity, not a final verdict. Fourth, commit to lifelong learning. Your mind is your greatest asset, so invest in it daily. And fifth, be intentional about your network. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. Changing your mindset isn't an overnight process. It takes time, consistency, and conscious effort. But starting today, you can begin to make these small shifts in your thinking. Pick one of these mindsets and focus on it for the next week. Ask yourself daily, am I thinking about assets? Am I building a system? Am I learning something new? These small, consistent actions are what build the foundation for massive change in your life. Remember, your financial situation today is a result of your past thoughts and actions. Your financial future will be the result of the thoughts and actions you take starting now. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you found these ideas valuable and that you feel inspired to start thinking differently about money and success. If you enjoyed this video and want more content on changing your mindset and improving your life, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next video. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these mindsets resonated with you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.